My name's David Dixon. I'm a photographer who's used photography to recover and maintain my mental health. When I told my story, others started to tell me theirs, and I went out to meet them. I set out with two aims for this project. The first is to work towards making it more commonplace to talk about our problems, and the second to encourage everyone to take positive steps towards helping themselves and maintaining their mental well-being. It's been an incredible journey, and I've met some truly inspiring people, and now I'm sharing their stories with you.
Do you want to tell me about my injury first?
Yeah.
So it was on the 28th of September 2007. I was reading some mail with a few mates of mine. We were just chilling out, leaning against the side of a wall. The rocket hit the wall behind me, fractured my skull instantly, and then I woke up in Birmingham Hospital about 3 weeks later. I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan, but I was singing Liverpool songs. And I have literally no idea why, but I was just shouting "Walk On" repeat in a very bad Scouse accent. I have no idea why. Lost my memory, had a year of learning to read and write again and walk, and then picked photography up after about a year and a half, and then just play out here or not. I'm proud to say I'm a landscape photographer, and I'm one of the only, I think, if not one of the only registered blind landscape photographers in the Peak District, Derbyshire, so that's cool. And so I lost my right eye. My right eye has gone. That's why I have it closed all the time. And I've lost your peripherals in your left, so the corners of your eye. So I go there now, I can't see you there. So it's a tiny. It is arguably a tiny sliver, but I can't see what's missing. So I haven't got a black patch. And if I close my right eye, that's it. There's no black patch. There's just nothing. So I can't tell what's missing. So in a way, that I think that's arguably a good thing, because if I could see what was missing, I think I'd get more frustrated. So when I got injured, I then joined a charity called Blind Veterans UK, and they had a member of staff called Dave Hickey, and he was teaching me IT on the day, and I was just breaking very easily, getting frustrated. So he said, "Here, I do photography. Take my camera home and see what you can do." And it's literally that. They were really bad and shocking, but before that, the year before, I had nothing to do. I was fed up. I was bored. When you've got absolutely nothing to do, you get very easily angry and frustrated and fed up. And then the charity started doing their own photography week, so they invited other members to come along, do the first ever Blind Veterans photography themed week. And then we had that, then Dave disappeared because he moved to the Isle of Skye. And when Dave left, the charity said, "Because you've done so well, Chris, why don't you take over from where Dave left?" Pretty much. We go to Llandudno in North Wales, and we as members, we run the photography week. So I got into photography like that, and because of Blind Veterans, that pushed me, and then I've got all this on my doorstep, and I get that escapism, which everyone understands. I probably arguably get fed up with crowds sometimes. This is why I come to more private locations like this, where it's just shocking, brilliant. We shouldn't see another person now, and that's perfect. And if we get that light coming out of that hill, coming off the horizon and lighting up this tree, which doesn't look like it's gonna, I think there's a bit of cloud on the horizon, but we'll see. It'll be make it worthwhile. I don't let it frustrate me, and I never really have. Like I said, I've mentioned, I've had the odd bad day where that's not because I'm blind. That's because with people, when you've got people who've had head injuries, they're easily wound up. 5-6 years ago, I could easily break and tell you about it, and there was nothing you could do about it. And that's the brain injury thing. It's frustrating for the person who's on the other end of it, but you know, it is what it is. These days I'm much better. I can see the signs of my anger come in, and I'm not an angry person or anything, but I can see it come in, and I can take myself out of that situation. And this is where another way of photography comes into it. Like this nice and chilled out, and the roads annoying me, but that's just traffic. Like I said, it's not a job. This is my. You know, I sell some photos, some images from it, but I'm never going to take the world on fire. You know, it's something else. It's just my own personal rehabilitation, as corny as that sounds.
The way that Chris describes photography for him is something I can completely relate to. An escape, chilled out, a way of relaxing, and those are things that we all need from time to time. And it's easy for all of us at times to feel held back or stifled by the stress of daily life or the big and small events that cause instability in what we think are otherwise stable foundations. But sometimes it takes an event or trigger to make us stronger. Something that sends us on an unexpected path which ultimately rewards us. And Chris himself is the embodiment of this. His injury, without question, is something that many would consider an earth-shattering experience, but he overcame the challenges and went on to find photography, something that gets him out into his beloved outdoors, something that he uses, as he says, as his own personal rehabilitation, and ultimately something that he gives back with through his work with blind veterans. Considering Chris's injury, to many photography might not be the obvious choice when it comes to hobbies or pursuits, but he was introduced to it in a way that many of us are, by chance, by picking up a camera, slowly learning how to use it, and then falling in love with it. Thank you for listening to Chris's story. The more you share this video, the more people will see it and hear the messages that are contained within. And if you think that's important, then please share it in every way that you can. If you feel like anything in this video has affected you in any way, there's a list of resources in the description below. And remember to look after yourself, talk about your problems, and do the things that you know make you feel good. Thanks for watching.